Hi Monique, this is Carla Peterson, also known as Pink Lola 37 here on YouTube. This is my design team submission for your call that you're doing for Butterbee Scraps. So this is the project that I did, and let me zoom out so you can see the whole thing. This is an altered platter, and I apologize for the lighting. It's nighttime here, and I'm trying to get the angles right. There. So this is the platter. Okay, and I'll zoom on in. This platter is interesting. It's a ceramic platter, and it actually fell and cracked in several places. So let's start at the foundation here, and I'll kind of talk about it. If you can see in here, these lines right here, that's where the cracks were, and they ran throughout. There's another one. And so what I did was, it was a blue, all like an aqua blue color. I gessoed it several times after adding some clay to the cracks to add strength to it. So then I gessoed it white, several coatings, and then I Mod Podged. And I basically just started out with doing different textures, and I found this gorgeous image of this vintage woman here. And I played with the coloring. I added some pinks, some honey colors on the edges. And then I glossy accented the flower in her hair and the flowers down here. And then I took a couple gems that I had in my stash to dazzle up her hair. This is one of the filigree leaves from Butterbee Scraps. I also added this border piece from Butterbee Scraps too. And then here's a doily flower that I made with a rhinestone from my stash. I also experimented for the first time with dyeing different materials and tea dyeing them and coffee dyeing them. So here are some paper flowers I made that I tea dyed using coffee filters. And then I added some staining to the edges there. And then this lace was white, and I went ahead and tea dyed that as well. Here's more of the coffee bag, and I added this stamped image and embossed it with some metallic ink. Here's a stick pin that I created using one of the cone shapes from Butterbee's store, and then some beads also from her store. Yeah. Here's a flower that I made, and this is a satin flower. Sorry, my hands are like a mess. They're completely inked up. A lot of these all of these filigree pieces are from the Butterbee Scrap store. Now this one, what I did was I mixed white paint with gray embossing powder, and then I dried it and added a doodad flower in the center to get this look. Then on the woman, I added these wings that I just put some glittery stickles on it. These are actually molds that I made. I had bought the Tim Holtz wings and made some molds out of it just so I could get more out of my money. So that's what I did there. Okay, here's that fabric I was telling you about that I dyed, and so I just added it randomly throughout. And then here's some more flowers. This is also a mold that I created, and I embossed the tips of it. And then more filigrees from Butterbee Scraps store. This one was a straight piece that you have, and I bent it in half, and then I went ahead and connected this chain to the end, and so it's going up the middle, and it reaches all the way up top here. So here's the other one, and I did the same thing. and so the chain is connected to the top. And so it just kind of goes out like this, and then there's a key coming out from the top, and then another ribbon that I tea dyed. I've got a brad in there, little gemstone. And then here's another flower that I made. It's an organza flower. It's gorgeous, very soft. And then I added a doily that I embossed the fabric, so that was kind of interesting to see how that turned out. I've got some more coffee filter paper that I texturized. And then here's another stick pin that I made. And this one is interesting. I took one of the beads that I got from the Butterbee Scrap store, which is this one, and I cut it in half, and then I took the top and put it here, and I just pressed it around the bead, and it kind of gives it like a strawberry look. Like, it looks like a little strawberry, to me anyway. And I just thought it was super cute. So that's that one. And then I have this angel here that I antiqued. Again, this is a mold. He was from the top of a jewelry box that I have. So I put several different layers of embossing powder, paint, antiquing, the whole nine. And here are some metal flowers. This is another filigree piece that I just cut out and stuck there. Dyed this crocheted piece, like an antiquing ink that I used. Here's another flower. This one I embossed with white shimmery powder. This is that bead I was just showing you on my stick pin, but before I took the other half of it and stuck it there, and there's a clear bead underneath just to give it some dimension when you're looking closely at it. I don't know if you can see that. And so basically, let's see, let's move over here. So over here, I've got the layer of the rose lace. Then I layered it with different dyed laces that I have. So here's a lighter beige, here's a white crocheted one, and then here's a dark beige brown one. And I really liked how that looked. This half of the platter, it has so much texture going on naturally, so I didn't want to do too much to it, but you can see I embossed some of the texture just so it would pop. And then in some places I put the glitter glue that I have. I got another filigree corner there. And then over on this side, to this flower, sorry, that's my son in the background being very loud. To this flower, I added some ink, and I added a little bit more glossy accents to give it some dimension. And then on this stick pin, I just put this butterfly and some pearls. The top is a white flower that I got from the Butterbee store, and it was actually a 5-petal flower. What I did was I cut one of the petals out, and then I was able to form it, like pressing it together to make the shape that I wanted. So it was more easy to work with being smaller. And then I added this, let me see if you can see what I'm doing here. Let me zoom out. Okay, I added this piece right here. I opened up the top of it and fanned it out, and I was able to stick it through so that it looked like the stem of the flower. And then I just added my butterfly. So that goes there. And then under the flower I added some crochet, a crochet doily that I had, and another bronzed flower. Leaf. Okay, so here's my finished project. I had so much fun making it and trying all kinds of different techniques that I love, and using some of the goodies that I was hoarding. Here's that 5th petal that I cut out to make the stick pin. More molds. Thank you, Monique, for this wonderful opportunity. I had a blast just coming up with different ideas for this. It was so much fun. Just kind of showing you again all of the details. Okay. Well, I hope that everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving here in America and a wonderful weekend. I will talk to everyone soon. Have a wonderful week and keep crafting. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Are you done?